Good evening. It's 6 o'clock on Saturday, October 22nd, 2016. Welcome and thank you for joining us tonight for the English edition of Aura News, where we bring you today's top stories translated into English every weeknight. Prime Minister Edi Rama held a meeting today with Kultura's farmers, to whom he presented the government's program for farmers. The Prime Minister responded to the accusations of the Democratic Party chairman, who has been accusing the Prime Minister of filling Albania with cannabis. The Prime Minister said that such accusations can only be made by those who are under the effect of narcotics. After listening to the farmers' problems, the Prime Minister accused the former government of not doing anything right and added that the current government is laying the foundations to build a state with rules and obligations. The Prime Minister assured the farmers that the government will find a solution for irrigation channels for agricultural lands by the end of the coming year. The Prime Minister also announced the continuation of the government's program for agricultural roads. Prime Minister Rama explained that the National Guarantee Fund will offer funding for projects in agriculture and that farmers should present their projects to receive the funding. At the end of his speech, the Prime Minister promised solutions to the ongoing problems with property titles and collateral. The Agrarian Party gathered for its national convention today, where the party chairman declared that the Agrarian Party will represent its own parliamentary group in the upcoming elections. Speaking at their fourth national convention, the chairman of the Agrarian Party invited all those who are disappointed to become part of his party and work for a better future for Albania. Today's convention is very important for the upcoming parliamentary elections. The Agrarian Party will be represented by its own parliamentary group in the upcoming parliamentary elections. The Agrarian Party is open to anyone who is disappointed by the current demagogy, Chairman of the Agrarian Party declared. Democratic Party Chairman Lulzam Basha was invited to the convention. Driven by the Agrarian Party's priority to protect the environment, Mr. Basha promised that the opposition will follow all legal initiatives to stop waste importation into Albania. The president returned the waste law to Parliament for review. We will do everything so that the president's decree stays in power. We will take all legal initiatives for a referendum on waste importing, declared the DP chairman. Mr. Basha also expressed openness to any kind of alliance and expressed his concern about crime and cannabis. Common values unite us in this alliance with the Agrarian Party. Our alliance is open to everyone. Removing criminals is a national emergency. Albania is in an emergency situation. Hashish plants have replaced agricultural plants. Albania has been filled with drugs, and this has been done on purpose right before the elections. Rama did not keep any promises he has made. We will fight to remove power from the gangs. We are and we will be the hope of change. Let's be united to bring back development, declared the DP chairman. The vice chairman of the Socialist Party parliamentary group was also present at the national convention of the Agrarian Party, where he invited the Agrarian Party to join the majority if they want to be winners. The Agrarian Party presented its program at the National Convention, which aims at eliminating poverty, increasing well-being, agricultural development, and a cleaner environment. The chairman of the Party for Justice, Integration, and Unity declared today that the CHOM issue can only be solved if it is treated as a national issue. And for this, he will ask for the establishment of a special parliamentary commission to handle the CHOM issue and the registration of the CHOM people who were killed during the Greek genocide. As both Albania and Greece are members of NATO, the PGIU's chairman called on Albania's government to discuss the law on war at the upcoming NATO ministerial. Speaking at the National Council of the Party for Justice, Integration, and Unity, Chairman Idrisi declared that he will not allow Greek cemeteries to be built without first having CHOM cemeteries built in Greece. We will protect the rights of CHOM Albanians. Albania cannot have a cemetery for Greek soldiers without first having a cemetery for the CHOM people in Greece. We will take vital steps concerning this issue. First, we will set up an ad hoc parliamentary commission dedicated to handle the CHOM issue. PJIU MPs and other MPs will ask for the truth to be revealed regarding the events of 1944. Secondly, we will register those killed during Greek genocide of the CHOM people. This is our moral obligation, Mr. Idrizi declared. The chairman of the Art for Justice, Integration, and Unity was passionate as he declared that he and the party members will protect CHOM rights with their lives if necessary. Regarding the debate over the electoral system, the Party for Justice, Integration, and Unity declared that he is in favor of changing the current electoral system. Shunjin Administrative Unit was flooded by last night's intense rainfall. Water levels reached 50 centimeters and it flooded some businesses and houses. Several families have been evacuated. The citizens say that floods happen in this area every year and causes considerable damages each time. Leja's emergency civil staff gathered at midnight asking for immediate assistance to handle the flooding. The head of Shunjin's administrative unit declared that work groups are working in the field and are intervening in areas where the situation is most serious. The situation improved during the day thanks to an intervention by City Hall. Data from the civil emergency staff says that 105 millimeters of rain has fallen in the Leja region, and this has caused a dramatic increase in the water level of the Drine River, bringing it to the verge of overflowing. The Ministry of Agriculture declared today that around 800 hectares of land are underwater in Leja and nearby areas. The Albanian government has decided to terminate their agreement with the Transatlantic Company, which had received the right to use 2 oil and gas deposits in Fier and Vlora. Due to non-implementation of the agreement, Albpetrol, which is a state-owned company, notified the Transatlantic Company owners of the termination of their agreement. In a letter that reads in part, for the development and production of hydrocarbons in oil fields in Vlora and Fier. The Transatlantic Company owes about $20 million to the Albanian state for the period between 2007 and 2013. The letter notes that the investment returns for 2015 were at 5% of the projected level of the development plan and only 1% compared with the work plan and budget for the year 2015. Pursuant to the commercial register, the Transatlantic Albania Company bank accounts, real estate, and other registered activities for the period of April 2015 to August 2016 were 100% blocked by the bailiffs as they executed various debts owed to third parties. Albpetrol emphasizes that the termination of the hydrocarbon agreement will become effective 120 days from the day the company was notified. The state oil company will manage the wells and assets of the oil fields, and the Transatlantic Company is obliged to repay all the obligations to the state. The Socialist Movement for Integration aims to strengthen women's roles in their political group. The chairwoman of the Women's Movement for Integration declared today that the main objective is to have 50% women in the parliamentary lists. What we want to achieve is to have our parliamentary lists consist of 50% women. But we need women with vision and education so that the Socialist Movement for Integration can have powerful voices in the Albanian parliament, declared the chairwoman of the Women's Movement for Integration, highlighting that the Socialist Movement for Integration is the most constructive political force and that it offers citizens security and platforms of cooperation. Albania cannot progress without consensus, dialogue, and understanding, she added. Meanwhile, the vice chairwoman of the Women's Movement for Integration declared that the Socialist Movement for Integration is the party where women and girls can have a political career. That's all for our English edition this evening. Please join us again Monday through Saturday at 6 p.m. for your local news in English. My name is Mari, and on behalf of Aura News, thank you and good night.